everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, running a little bit late with my Punched Out Thursday page. I'm using the today's load prompt, which is based on the entire load challenge this month is based on the TV show Friends, and today's prompt is about Central Perk, the coffee shop where all of the friends got together. And so the prompt is to document about something that brought people together, that where you gather with friends, or about people getting together, and kind of tangentially about coffee. And the prompt is to use circles, and you get extra points if you use a coffee ring. So I have this stencil that does coffee rings, and I'm going to try to work that in. I'm working with, let's see, I've got this Photoplay Solids Plus Red. Solids Plus is the line, and the red is the grid, so the solid is the green. Absolutely gorgeous. Came from the December Mind the Scrap kit. And from a long previous Mind the Scrap kit, this is Amy Tangerine, and it's from Brave and Bold, and it's called Summer Stripes. And I just loved it. In the original, it looks like black and white stripes, and I started to use black and white because I love working black and white in with colors. But then I saw this diagonal stripe. I store all my diagonal stripes together because I love using them. So I saw this and thought, okay, that's what I want to use. So I'm using those, and this green check is from this 6x6 pad, which is Tula and Norbert's Christmas Party, and it's just got the most beautiful colors and the prettiest patterns in there. I just absolutely love it. And I have cut out, fussy cut out a, if I can find him, I have an elf on a shelf somewhere, but I'm not seeing him. Here we go. So we'll see if he fits in. Isn't that just the cutest thing? Anyway, the other prompt was, like I said, was circles. So I have cut my photos in circles. And today's sketch from Follow a Sketch February is this one, and it has the panel, the horizontal panel in the middle, and the stripes on the side, and the tag up here, and a snowflake there, and a snowflake, and a figure there, and a title there. And that's, I could maybe do all of that, but my photos are not going to be rectangular. They're going to be circles. So it's going to look like that, except I'm going to have circle photos. And my title is going to be It Takes a Village. And I will be honest with you, I have not printed that title yet. But when I do, it's going to go as a white strip on this green banner. So I'll do that after I stop filming. So I've got this photo that I think is going to have to go there, and I'm going to have to do an embellishment there. I'm not really happy with the fact that I printed my photos just a little over 3 inches because I thought I had a 3-inch circle, and I did have a 3-inch circle. I do have a 3-inch circle, but apparently the photos need to be a lot bigger than 3 inches. The 3 inches must be the measurement from inside the stitching. In any case, I'm going to make it work. I've printed some greenery, and I have sequins, and I have a collection of little trees and stars from the BrambleFox advent calendar, and I have some circular things with sentiments on them, and I've got little Christmas. I've got all kinds of little things that I can cover up a multitude of sins with. So let's get this on. I'm going to do this strip across here. But first, I guess I want to put this strip on here, and then that green strip's going to go behind. And I cut the pieces and distressed them ahead of time to try to save time. I didn't have time to do it in the morning, which I should have, or last night. So, and I had a couple of appointments, so I kind of took care of those things. Let me get a little bit of glue here, and then I'll adhere it back here underneath the foam. I don't want it to be very wide. But I do need it to be somewhat even. Okay, and just in case you're wondering about the dimensions, this this piece I think is 9 by 6. And then I just kind of sized everything else according to that. And I'm going to kind of do some placement. If I have it here and I have my tag sticking up kind of right there, I want the coffee ring to be sort of right there. So let me kind of do that. And I'm going to draw the coffee ring with these three-dimensional pens. They're Jolly pens, and I got them from a place called Juju Fancy. And I like them. They're a little bit more vivid colors than my other three-dimensional things. So let me just kind of put that right there. And I'm going to use the big circle. I had planned to use the smaller one, but I'm going to do this big one because I think the small one wouldn't be the right scale with everything else that's going to be around it. And I'm just kind of scratching this on. I don't want it to look perfect. I don't want it to look, it could, you know, if you put it on a certain way, it could look like you did, you went through it with a nice paint. Now, I don't have to connect it all the way because I think that part's going to be hidden. So there's my coffee ring, and I'm going to do another one over here, and maybe that one can be the small one. So now, I'm going to put adhesive there, and I want to be sure and leave this part open because that's where the tag's going to go. And I'm going to do that. I don't think that's parallel. Come on. Over on this side, that kind of needs to be straightened out. Okay, and now this should be able to fit in right there. And if I need to later on, I will cut these tails on that twine. Okay, so there, and then I think what I had in mind up there was a gold flare. Maybe the gold flare can go off to the side, and the snowflake kind of, I've got little bitty tiny things on the back of the snowflake. Let me do this right here, and then I'm going to do that so that it is popped up a little bit from that from the gold flare. And you can kind of see the flare through it and underneath it, and I think that kind of adds some nice dimension. Now let's put this bottom piece on, and I'm just gonna adhere that. I had already glued the back of that. Don't know why I didn't also do the other one, but I guess it got to be time to go do what I had to do. Now this is what's going to go here, and that's where the title is going to be. And I have another flare that's going to go right there. It is white with gold spots, and I have a couple of overlapping green hearts there. So now I know how long my title can be, or how big my title can be. Okay, I have this little guy that could go up here. Or it could go down here. And I just need to see how much space my photos are going to take. I also have, if I want to get literal about the whole coffee thing, I have this BrambleFox piece that says coffee makes everything better. And in my photos, I have a picture. This is our Christmas village, and the story behind this is that what brings people together is the last few Christmases have been kind of empty and scary and awful. 2019, Ava was in the hospital, and we had no idea what was going on with her. And then 2020, she got well, and she's fine now, and thanks to all of you who always ask me about her. Then in 2020, John was in the hospital, and we couldn't see him, and we had no real successful way to communicate with him, and you know, it was the whole in the heart of the whole COVID scare. This particular scene, there's a bridge kind of in front of the main buildings of the village, and there are people walking through the village, and there's lamppost that's kind of leaning because it's not very stable, and there's a couple kissing, and John picked out that couple kissing, oh, I want to say maybe 10 years ago, and that's kind of been the feature piece of our village ever since then. that one is cute. And I have filtered these with the Prisma program called Lights. And I guess I can have these kind of bubbling above and below. You can kind of see how my dye wasn't, well, before I start putting these on, as a nod to the fact that in the original, these photos were vertical and these were horizontal, I die cut these little fence pieces, and I thought I'd put that one vertical and this one horizontal. So I'm gonna, and then they may not show, but they should occasionally peek out from under what's going on there. Let me get, okay, and this is Big John's Farm Market, so you understand why we bought. That was one of the pieces that I picked out. This is a view of the village down this very table. So anyway, we went as a family to pick out new village pieces, and picking out the new piece, which was a pet store, and then putting it up and decorating it is kind of what got us into the Christmas spirit. That's the story. I'm just gonna kind of put these things down and take my chances. This is Santa's Wonderland, which could kind of overlap there, so I'm gonna let it do that. Let's see, so I want the adhesive down. Okay, here's the coffee shop. It's a coffee stand, and it's labeled hot cocoa. This actually right back here is a coffee shop, and there are little tables, but I didn't get a photo of that, and I'm not going to go put it back together just because the theme is coffee. Okay, let's see. I have Big John's Farmer's Market, and I can maybe have this overlapping up here, and I can put some greenery or trees or something. And is this little guy gonna work right there? I think so. And then I've got this little snowflake that can kind of go off to the side there. Okay, so that is gonna work. Let me get this one. Okay, so that's not glued down. These are glued down, this one isn't. Let's just start gluing them, and if they... I want as much detail as possible showing with them, but it won't bother me if there's something, a little something missing. Let's see, that can go there, and then we'll see how that goes. It would have been nice if I had kind of, you know, so this is a good edge. They got all the photo in. And so maybe it should go right there. That's what we'll do. And I don't have any room for this guy, and you know, unless I kind of forced it in somewhere in there. So it's kind of too big for what I've got going here. In fact, I probably shouldn't use all of these photos, but I'm going to. So there. Let's see. I had an idea that I could maybe do one of these little trees. Along here, and then maybe put a star on it, and that should cover up most of that white area. Okay, let's see if that's gonna work. I'll have to move this guy over a bit, and that's fine. Okay, so that's good. Then I've got another type of tree that could go here. And I'm just going to put the glue on the white part because I know that's the part I'm trying to cover up. And yeah, I could have gone back and reprinted those, but you know, I just, I didn't feel like it. Okay. I do also need to put a coffee ring over here. So before I forget it and start gluing things around, I'm going to do my little half coffee ring over here. And then I'll work that kind of cluster and see how much of the embellishments that I have here get used. How many, I suppose I should say. Ooh, that looks cute. Okay, so we're gonna do this guy over here. Now, I wish I thought maybe the stitching on the die cut photos would be enough to distinguish one photo from the other. The thing that's yellow in here is that I put batting, like the batting that you stuff pillows with. I put some batting there, and then ran lights underneath it. So there were little Christmas lights kind of shining through the batting. Okay, so I want another gold flare over here. So there's, and the filter I used exaggerated that yellow light. So it's very noticeable. Okay, I'm going to kind of put that right there, and then I will attach this guy. Now that I see it, I kind of wish I had one of these to go there, maybe. But I'm going to put it right there so that some of it overlaps and some underlaps the little gnome. Okay, so I have a couple more trees. Let's see. I'm gonna put one here because that's gonna mark a transition from one photo to the next. There. I've got another one here, and we can do it maybe right there. And then it's possible would that be cute there? I've got it out, and I think it might. And I can maybe do some sequins, or maybe even this kind of tree right here. That would be cute. This is kind of becoming a heavily green corner, so I may add a little red. Do I want a little red light there? I've got a couple. I tell you what I'm going to do. Instead of using that, I'll do a little red dot, and I'll move it. I didn't want to move it. Oh, it's okay. There we go. And this this is from 49 and Market, and it is a very cute set of epoxy stickers. I'm just going to add these things. I'm going to add a light blue now, because those are the colors that I think will show up the most. Oh, I keep wiping them off. I know they'll stick if I just stop touching them. And that one needs to go. I had the perfect placement a minute ago, or 10 seconds ago. Okay. Ah, come on. This must be just fascinating to watch. I apologize. Oh, come on. Let's say I'll fix that off camera. I'm going to give it one more shot. I'm going to leave it right there, and then if I decide that it needs to be moved, I'll do that off camera. Okay, I want to add in some of this greenery, and I thought right here that would kind of hide this this little miscut right there. Is that one even glued down? It doesn't seem to be. Okay, there. Now let me get this on there. There we go. And then I've got this, which I keep wanting to put something there, but you know, it really doesn't show. Okay, I've got that. Maybe I just do a couple things there, and then maybe one like that. I'm going to put this aside because I think I'm not going to use it anymore. Let me just kind of take a look at this. I think that can go around. I do like adding another piece down here, but I'd kind of like it to be similar greenery. So I'll take this one. Okay, and now does that make sense? Or maybe we do it down here, or maybe we skip it. How about if we did it kind of like that? Okay, that works for me. I'm determined to use it, as you can tell. Then we'll kind of see where the sequins might want to go. And maybe there are some, there's this dot that says Wonderful Life, and that adds another circle element there. And that might work in a couple places for, and that kind of, and how about right here? Be joyful. And I think I'm good. I'm wondering, what if I traced around each of these with this pen? I might do it in a small place. I kind of like that. It seems like that would actually help distinguish one photo from the other by kind of framing it a bit. And I need to be sure that I'm following that line. And it can look doodled on if I don't quite get it right. This I kind of like what that adds to it, but I'll do the rest of it offline, and I will do, I'll print out this title and it'll go there, and I'll add some journaling. My journaling is likely going to be in a card that kind of gets tucked underneath the panel there and on top of this tag. Now, let's do a few sequins. I have these green ones. This is Lush Lime. And I'm kind of liking this green. The fact that it's kind of a mostly green little corner over here. Okay, that works. And then I'm going to come over here and do, actually I'll do them here. Just 6 little sequins. I was maybe going to do some white ones, but I think I'll leave the white just nice and crisp there. Let's get that one there. And then we'll get one of those holographic ones, and then I'll get another one of the big, really lime green ones for right there. Okay. Very good. I think I'm done. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to go add those green lines around all the photos, and I'll print up the title, and that's what you'll see when I post it around. So thanks for watching. Bye.